A
Before
single
interpreting
AI
the
visibility
numbers,
score
here is
can hide
exactly
the
what
only
was
fact
tested.
that matters.
Answer
In this
Maniac
test,
tested
53 of
100
B2B
B2B
SaaS
companies
companies
with
were
42
absent from both
distinct buyer
engines.
intent queries.
And of the 47 that
Between
appeared at
April
all,
28
more
and
than
May
half
12,
were present in only
2026.
one.
Each query
So the
ran
issue
once
was
in
not just low
ChatGPT
visibility,
GPT-4o,
it was fragmented visibility.
and once in Perplexity Sonar
Answer Maniac
Pro.
ran the study.
That
We
produced
will start with the
84
method,
query engine
then break down
observations,
5 findings
not
and the
84
measurement
different
system they
queries
point to,
or repeated trials.
This is a dated
ChatGPT
snapshot,
browsing
not a
was
ranking.
disabled.
The useful
Perplexity
question
used
is
its
what your team
default
should
live
preserve
retrieval
before it
mode.
optimizes anything. The report counted an appearance when a company was included in a recommendation or solution answer. Each query ran once per engine, making this a structured snapshot, not a statistical estimate. It does not measure run-to-run variation, and it covers only ChatGPT and Perplexity. Answers can change between sessions and accounts. Configuration, region, and date matter. Appearance frequency does not measure product quality, market share, buyer preference, or a permanent ranking. Answer Maniac funded and conducted this study and sells AI visibility services. This is the company's own research, not independent coverage. With that scope clear, the first result is simple. 53 companies never appeared in a recommendation or solution answer from either engine. 47 appeared at least once across the two. Do not read 53 as a universal invisibility rate for B2B software. The sample prompt set, engines, settings, and test window all matter. But absence is still a real observation within this baseline. If a brand did not appear in either response during the test, a dashboard that reports one blended AI visibility score could hide the most important fact. The simplest useful split is binary. Appeared somewhere in this test, or absent from both engines. The second finding makes the baseline more useful. 22 companies appeared in both ChatGPT and Perplexity. Another 25 appeared in only one of them. Together, those groups make up the 47 companies that appeared at least once. So more than half of the companies that appeared did so in only one engine, 25 out of 47. That does not prove one engine is better, and it does not tell us how every engine behaves. It shows why an engine-by-engine view matters. A company can look present in an aggregate and still be completely absent from one of the two places tested. For reporting, keep the overlap visible. Show both, one engine only, and neither before compressing those conditions into a score. The third finding is that appearance was limited even at the top. The highest observed total for any one company was 3 appearances across both engines. These were appearances under the study's counting rule, not 3 independent endorsements, and not evidence of a durable lead. In a snapshot this sparse, a small change in output could move a company noticeably. That is another reason to preserve response-level observations instead of treating one total as a stable rank. The fourth finding is narrower. The published analysis identified HR tech as the most competitive sub-vertical. No category counter rate is approved for this comparison, so the results should stay exactly at that level. It is a signal from the published analysis, not a league table or a permanent category rank. The fifth finding concerns the source layer. Wikipedia pages, G2 profiles, and analyst coverage were overrepresented among companies that appeared in the recommendation or solution answers. That is a correlation. It is not proof that any of those properties caused an engine to include a company. The same businesses may differ in age, awareness, category position, web coverage, or other ways this study did not isolate. The sensible follow-up is not to assume that creating one property will produce rankings. Record which sources an answer engine displays or cites, then test whether those patterns persist across repeated runs. If you are building a baseline, start with the measurement design rather than a score. First, freeze a prompt set tied to real buyer tasks. Keep the exact wording and group prompts by category or buying stage. The public company level download does not include the complete 42 prompt list and is not complete query level raw data. Second, log the engine, model or mode, date, account state, region when known, and whether retrieval is enabled. Third, report appearances by engine, both one only or neither. Fourth, save the full answer and every source it cites. Then rerun the fixed set on a declared schedule so the snapshot becomes a time series. Fifth, keep business outcomes beside the engine data, not inside it. Track referral sessions, assisted conversions, and qualified conversations without pretending that an appearance caused them. Folding all of that into one visibility number would hide more than it explains. The study's conclusion is not that 53 companies are doomed or that 47 have solved AI search. It is that appearances were sparse, split across engines, and shallow in this test. The boundaries still matter. One run per query, 2 engines only, and outputs that can shift with session, account, configuration, region, and time. This is not a quality score or lasting rank. The full report and methodology are linked below. Answer Maniac's AEO and GEO services page is also linked as a commercial service from the company that conducted the research. The decision to make next is concrete. Choose the prompt set and engines you are prepared to measure consistently, then preserve the evidence before you optimize anything.